Good afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and here's my co-host, Jeffrey.
Good afternoon, Bay Nation.
Today, we're going to be going over the waiver wire for Week 15, the second week for most of your playoffs. Also, congratulations if you're watching this video, because that means you're most likely in the playoffs and you have advanced to the second round. So brava, everybody. Good job. I'm proud of you. Let's pick some waiver picks that will take you to the next level, possibly. It's a little bit of a light waiver week this week, but I'm going to see if I can get you some people that will help win you a game. All right, Jeffrey, let's get it started.
I'm on it, sir. Here we go.
First off, we're going to talk about running backs. And the running back that I want you to check out first to see if he's on your waiver wire, Cam Akers. Cam Akers looks absolutely fantastic, and if you can find him on your waiver wire, he can actually make a difference on your team for sure. Next, we have Lynn Bowden Jr. He is the running back for the Miami Dolphins, but he plays primarily at the wide receiver position. So I actually think that you can play him in your running back position and get a running back that's going to get a lot of targets. Next, DeAndre Washington for that same Miami Dolphins team. I think that he is a viable start depending on how desperate you are. And last but not least, Jeff Wilson. Everybody knows that the 49ers don't just run with one running back. They're going to get others involved, and Jeff Wilson is a solid running back 2 for his team, and I think that he would be utilized considering the injuries that they have been dealing with. All right, let's get to the wide receivers. All right, some wide receivers that I think you should add or see if they're on the waiver wire. T.Y. Hilton and Kiki Cutie, they're both playing great. Well, T.Y. Hilton's playing absolutely fantastic. Kiki Cutie is going to get the targets. So fire up your Kiki. Do you love me? Are you riding? I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Next, we have Tim Patrick. I think that he is a viable pickup for the Broncos. Next, we have Nelson Aguilar. He is a wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, and he seems to be getting the targets now. But now let's get into some players that are most likely going to be on your waiver wire. Chad Henson from the Houston Texans. Now that Will Fuller's out, they have to find other players to throw it to. Chad Henson seems like he is going to be getting some targets. I think that he is a viable pickup. Also, Russell Gage, depending on if Julio Jones plays. If Julio Jones does not play, I think Russell Gage could be a solid add. Russell Gage has also had back-to-back touchdowns, and touchdowns are king in fantasy football. So if Julio Jones is out, I definitely think that he could be a viable start. All right, Jeffrey, on to the next one. At the tight end position, slim pickings out there, guys, but Logan Thomas seems to be pretty available. I think you can scoop him up and play him. Also, Irv Smith Jr., I think is a viable start. He's back in the lineup and scored a touchdown this week. So I think that he can be one of the best, worst tight ends, because all the tight ends this year have been terrible other than like 4 or 5. All right, Jeffrey, on to the next one. All right, talking defenses now. We have the Seattle Seahawks going against Washington. Washington's defense is great, but their offense is lacking offense. They're just not playing very well, so I definitely think that you can fire them up. Up next, we have the Browns facing the Giants, and the Giants laid a huge egg over the weekend. I think that you can play the Browns if you need a defense. All right, Jeffrey, I think that's going to do it for the defenses. On to the next. Now, talking about those quarterback streamers. Jalen Hurts, I thought that he would struggle against New Orleans, but he played fantastic, way better than Carson Wentz was playing. So I think you can fire him up this week. He's going against the Cardinals, and that does not scare me, so I definitely think that he would be a solid add. Up next, Mitchell Trubisky. I definitely think you can add Mitchell Trubisky. He had a fantastic game last week, and this week he's playing the Vikings, and they don't scare me. So I definitely think if you are desperate enough to need a waiver wire quarterback in the playoffs, Mitchell Trubisky might be able to get it done. All right, I think that's going to do it for this week's waiver wire. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and good luck on your waiver wire. Peace.